We have Will George checking in with us from the Kamloops Vote 50 campaign. How are you doing today?
Good. I feel like a regular on the show here for the last couple of weeks.
You have been a regular. It's been like 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Getting to know each other quite well.
Yes, we are. But you know what? It worked to your advantage because this whole get the people out to the polls thing, it worked. It wasn't probably as much as you wanted, though.
Our goal was 50%. We had a voter increase to go from 29.75 up to 33.14%. So that was an increase, and that's what we were looking for.
Good for you. And so how did we fare compared to Prince George and Kelowna? Because, of course, we're challenging those communities.
Yes, of course. So I do have the numbers here. So Kamloops, we had 33.14%. Kelowna had 29.96%. And Prince George had 34.36%.
Okay.
So we came in between.
We came right in the middle. And, in fact, we're sort of on the higher end, of course. Kelowna, 29 is quite low. But how did they fare from their past elections? Do you know?
So everyone increased. But I believe that we increased the most for a percentage. It was about 3.5%. So, and comparing other cities around BC, Maple Ridge, my hometown, for example, they increased as well. They had 25%, and they went up to 31%. So, talking with all my friends back home, and there was a friendly competition going on there, and we beat them as well. So,
so looking at the big picture, you know, 33% is absolutely much better, 33.14, much better. But what do you think it's going to take for people to really up those numbers? I understand in Australia, for example, if you don't vote on some levels of government elections, you actually are financially penalized. I don't know if we would ever go that way, but...
Well, there was lots of discussion around that. For the beginning of the campaign, we were looking at what brings people out to vote. From everyone that we talked with and the research that we did, we found that it's the mayor's race and the issues. So we keep hearing this over and over. We realized that going into the campaign, but still we weren't going to find an issue and say, everyone vote on either side. No, we're just about the process, staying out of the politics. That's what Vote 50 was about. So about the mayor's race and the campaign and the issues, we put together a lot of initiatives to get people engaged from the 3 pillars that we had of access, information, and engagement. And we're also the hub for the community election events. So individuals and groups were coming to us to say, we'd like to do a all candidates mixer. For example, the Arts Council. When is a day that's free? We know that you have lots of events. When's a day that's free that we can partner up on an event? So.
Okay, so there's a lot of things you guys were doing. You were a recent graduate from TRU in politics and economics.
Yes.
This would have made a great school project. You would have gotten an A for sure. What have you learned, though, going forward? Would you take this on again in 4 years?
Hard to say. For myself, not sure where I'll be in 4 years, but we are doing a legacy project. So actually tonight, I'm leading a discussion with the Council of Canadians. They asked me to come in to talk about the value of voting. So we'll be at the Philosopher's Cafe doing that. Also, the Kamloops Labour District Council, they've asked me to come in as well to report back. And then we'll also be reporting back to all the sponsors and organizations that jumped on board. There was about 40. So presenting what we found, what worked, what didn't, and all the initiatives that we didn't have enough manpower to get to, but we were brainstorming for. Fantastic.
And so now you've got a few of these shirts left over here. There's one here.
Yeah, thought I'd bring one of those for souvenirs. We have a couple shirts left over. We were at the Blazers game selling them on Friday, and yeah, now it's just a breather after the election, just taking a break and looking at the next steps moving forward.
Good for you. Well, job well done. You know what? 3.5% is excellent as far as I'm concerned, and I think you're right. A lot of it has to do with what's going on with the mayor, what's going on with the issues, but bringing those numbers up is excellent. Hopefully somebody else, if you're not around, might continue this on.
And that's what the legacy project's for, to give them a stepping stone for what we did this election and what can be used in the future.
Awesome. All right, Will, thank you for being here.
Awesome. Thanks, Susan.
Okay, information on the screen if you'd like to learn more about what this was all about. In case you weren't really aware of it or you just want to learn more, it's right there. KamloopsVote50.com. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.